Hello, and welcome to Scary Stories, but only 100 words. Today, we will be reading some of them for some October fun. We'll start off with mine. The Beast. All I wanted to do was hold the creature and show it love. So that's what I did. I grabbed it, started holding it and showing it the loveliest of love. Then the beast started to wrestle around in my arms. It clearly didn't like me holding it. The beast then out of nowhere starts kicking me in the stomach again and again with no regard for my human life. I got angry at this animal. I threw it on the ground and yelled at it as I hopped away. I love bunnies.
Hey guys, my name is Cody Flake and this is my scary story. It was in the middle of the day when I got a mischievous idea. I was going to scare my mom. I waited patiently and listened to where she was so I could make the scare. I heard some kind of hard thumping like pounding coming from the living room, though I wasn't sure what it was. She suddenly stopped and started walking my way. Waiting for the right time, I finally pounced. What I didn't know was that she was holding a hammer and hit me right on the shoulder. Well, she said,
"Don't mess with someone with a hammer."
My name's Nicole Hips, and this is my haunted story. Late one night, some friends decided to break into their school's chem lab to get dry ice for their party. While looking for the ice, one guy decided to try to be funny and mix some chemicals. As soon as they touched, they instantly exploded and released purple mist into the air. They thought nothing of it and quickly cleaned up. They soon began to feel weird. They were hallucinating and twitching. However, they decided to throw their party anyways. At the party, they snapped and became mentally insane murderers. No one went home that night.
I'm Tatum Westover, and this is my scary story. Click, the light switch shifted the room to darkness in a blink. I immediately began to doze off. I woke to the wind howling by my window, but sleep wouldn't come. Something was watching me. I looked at the mist-shapen shadow crouching in my room. What? I grabbed the sheets and my eyes widened. I darted to the light switch. The change to light had never felt so long. The brightness revealed a guitar as it slipped from the wall and crashed to the floor with a hollow strum. I decided to leave the light on after that.
My name's Craig Sturgeon, and this is my scary story. Forgotten. Corbin spotted barely legible words scratched into a tree. Keep yourself. To the right was an abandoned cellar. He opened the doors. He crept down the rotting stairs, not knowing what awaited him. The soft creak of the descending staircase was unsettling. As he reached the bottom, an icy gust of air shot chills darting down his spine. All the things he had previously known, his friends, his family, his feelings, gradually faded as the room shifted into a dark, empty void of nothing. He fought to keep his thoughts, his memories. I can't remember. He was gone, alone. Forgotten.
My name is Tacey Kay, and my scary story is called That Night. A boy named Harold one night was walking home from his friend's house. His house was right down the road from his friend's house. As he was treading along the sidewalk, he stumbled on a metal rustic container that started rolling towards his direction. He reached down for it, and just then, the lid to this container opened. Harold flinched as he wasn't expecting it to just open right in front of him. Intrigued, he continued to pick it up. He removed an old wrinkled piece of paper from the container. He read cautiously, "I'm here, don't fear, and now you will." The boy disappeared.
My name's Izzy Ballard, and this is my scary story. The chains tight around her wrists became dense as she tried to break them. "Hurry," she yelled at herself. "Hurry!" She clenched the rock once more and slammed it against the restraints, hoping she could create her escape. Dents scarred the chains, but it wasn't enough. She hammered them repeatedly until she didn't have the power for another. "No, I can't give up," she howled in her head. "I need to—" Her words cut off by the sound of the door opening. He stood there at the door with fury in his eyes.
I'm Brendan Bryant, and this is my spooky story. Caleb and John went into a dark forest where there was a creepy, abandoned yard. They noticed a car in the very back that stuck out to them. It was all beat up and had stuff growing out of it. They decided to buy it. On the way out of the forest, they noticed some weird things. They stopped the car and popped the hood. As soon as they looked at it, they were sucked into this dark hole. The car went back to where it was when they bought it and waited for its next victim.
Hello, I'm Tyler, and today I will be reading The Awakening, written by Shante Denetzo. Late one night, a Nizoni was driving. She had been speeding and singing as she went down an old road that led away from town. Nizoni had gazed at her phone, and in a matter of seconds she crashed, flipping into the ditch. She woke up terrified. She gazed into her black room only to find something in her gaze creeping toward her in a long black cloak with red eyes like fire. Your time has come. The being raced towards her. She was frozen in fear. She woke again, but was drifting above her body, crushed in the crash.
Hello, I'm Damon Cardwell, and this is my scary story, The Legend of the Skinwalker. In the darkness of the night, Jacob is scurrying to his bunker, scared for his life because of a demonic figure. The figure grasped his arm. He escaped with only a sliver. Jacob, after what felt like hours of scampering, made it into his bunker, with the figure right behind him. With his life about to end, Jacob grabbed his gun and looked up in the eye of the blood-curdling Skinwalker. He panicked. When the Skinwalker emerged, he shot his gun, but it was no use. The Skinwalker snatched Jacob and devoured him whole. Jacob was never seen again. Thank you.
Candace was a single mom that moved away from her stalker. One evening, she strolled home from a hard day at work and found that her house was deathly still. This was unusual because she had a nanny that would stay home and watch her son, and they would always have a party. She pounded the number in. No answer. Her car was still in the driveway. She sprinted to her computer and checked the security system. She saw that a van took them. Candace wasn't at work the next day. Newspaper heading: Missing Family and Nanny.
Hi, my name is JT, and here's my short story called Visit. Zach was listening to the news. There was a report about a mass murder in the area. Then suddenly, pounding on his door. It was just his brother Tim. May I enter? It's very cold outside. Zach lets him in. They started to catch up, trying to remember the old times. Then Zach's mom called them. When she asked what he was doing, he said, "Oh, just trying to reminisce with Tim, my brother." Suddenly, his mom screams,
"But wait, you don't have a brother!"
"Hello? Zach?" Nothing. The only sound was Zach's body falling to the ground.
My name is Aiden Radke, and this is the Pedestrian. Brian walked home from his friend Jack's house. He saw a man walking in the woods to his right. Something about this man unsettled him. He decided to take a detour and darted off, cutting through the woods on his left side. All of a sudden, he smelt a terrible stench filling the air. He looked around and saw the man staring at him. The man was holding what looked like a ball, but as his eyes adjusted, he saw his friend Jack's head hanging from the man's hand. Brian gagged and sprinted home. He called Jack's phone. Jack answered.
I'm Nathan Van Vliet, and this is Spooky Scary Skeletons. Zach is playing games in a graveyard at night with his friends. Zach sprinted away not to get tagged first. He got the furthest away and propped himself in a crouching position behind a tree that oddly resembled the skull. He heard rustling that was coming from all around him. Suddenly, a bony arm grabbed him around the mouth from behind a tree. 10 skeletons quickly approached Zach and circled around him. Nobody knows for sure where Zach went that night. All his friends saw were some mysterious figures singing and dancing in a ring before they hurried away.
I'm Addie Fisher, and I wrote Her Doll. She hadn't played with it in years. It was loved no more, so she retired it to the attic. As weeks went by, strange things began to happen. like drawings appeared on the wall. She very seldom stayed home alone because she was very young. One night in particular, though, she was alone because her parents decided to go to dinner. About an hour after they left, she started to hear banging upstairs. A creak outside her door. The lights cut out. Do you know what it's like not to be loved?
I think I did good.
So, my name's William Burke, and this is my horror story. Okay. So this is called The Knock. Knock, knock. Henry fumbled as he exposed the curtain to see what was at the door. Saw nothing. Nothing was there. He immediately rushed to his room to find a small, concealable 38 Special. It's a gun, just so you know. Sticking the barrel down his pants. He crept back to the door. He knocked, okay. The knocking continued consistently. But when he outstretched for the handle, the knocking suddenly stopped. Spooky. He threw the door wide and stared into the gloomy night, forever wondering what it could have been. Confused, he returned to his padded cell in the psychiatric ward. He's crazy. There you go.